Welcome to Air Crash Investigator, and this is the 20th out of 100 accident revisions. And today, without any further delay, bonanza loss of control in cloud. Now, the airfield was IMC, Instrument Meteorological Conditions, but the pilot accepted VFR or special VFR conditions. In other words, the tower didn't want to get airborne. It's got no IF rating, and he knew the area, and he said that he would do this, that, and the rest. So eventually they'd agreed to let him go under special VFR conditions, and he will stay clear of cloud and but he didn't do that. All right. So here we can just see, and I've just drawn it in here. If you look at Newcastle, Petersburg Airfield, the crash was there. So, you know, he wanted to go that way. He obviously took off this way, turned around. That's where the crash happened. And he would have actually gone that route back. So, all in all, not a bad plan to get back to where he wanted to go. He wanted to go via known routes, but in this area here, and let me just get myself out of the picture, in this area here where the clouds were, he actually had to enter into cloud. Well, that was no problem because the aircraft was equipped. I mean, he's got the autopilot, and he has flown many a time in instrument conditions with the autopilot on, although it didn't have an IF rating, and that was all okay. So here we're seeing that just to get clearance to get in the air was fine. After that, he knew he wasn't radar tracked, and he turned or went out a little bit further, but he did actually enter cloud. And now we ended up in a climbing turn. And the question is, but what about the autopilot? Well, he couldn't get the autopilot working. So just consider this. Climbing into an area, you've got no IF rating, you're not skilled. You're skilled in using an autopilot, yes. But the autopilot is very skilled in flying instruments if it is functioning. But in this case, it wasn't functioning. And you're sitting with a climbing turn. There's a lot wrong with this picture. It ended up with the aircraft entering a spiral, and I've just got some pictures here to illustrate what a spiral will look like. This is in fact then how he appeared below the cloud, where the people could see the aircraft in the spiral, and if it was smoke, it probably would have looked something like this. All right, so how do we end up in a spiral? Well, in a spiral or a spin or whatever you want to call it, in this case, probably a spiral. The thing is that the aircraft speed was very low. He just simply lost the understanding of the aircraft's attitude versus the real world out there. Now you have to take this in. It takes you 20 seconds, give or take, to lose your sense of reality. There's no flying by the seat of pants or something like that. It cannot happen because you cannot see. And now everything has got to go with what do you believe. And if you are distracted trying to put an autopilot in and you can't really fly IF, I can promise you 20 seconds, yes, probably on the spot. By then, you are not already dead, I take that. But that is when you've lost control, and theoretically that's the end of the game. I know it's very dramatic when I speak like that, and, you know, it sounds like, you know, but look, we must learn from somebody else's mistakes so that we don't do the same. It doesn't mean I've got to condone those mistakes. So entering the cloud is obviously ill-advised. And you can see the aircraft made not much of a, it was near vertical that they came down. And you can see here, it's a serious straightforward impact. If you look here, the aircraft also then burned. Parts of the engine they checked, and there was nothing wrong there. Now the question is, okay, so what? Well, first of all, we want to learn from other people's mistakes. Then we must learn from them. We cannot just say and pay lip service. The first of all is, if you're not IF rated and you've got the machine that's got all the equipment, the machine will be able to do it until the machine is broken. Then you've got a problem. That's when you're going to lose it, and that's when you're going to die. I'm not predicting your future. You are making your future. All right? Just to fly an instrument with autopilot and think that is cool, and you got away with it the past 100 times, doesn't mean that you are cool. It's not. You're lucky. We have proven that over and over and over again, that it's the way that we are designed. You are not specially designed that you can fly where you cannot see. If you cannot see, then the only thing that can see on your behalf, the sensors that will make you able to fly, are the actual instruments inside the aircraft. So what do? Stick to the standard operating procedure. Do not go back to yesterday's luck to chance it on the future. You can't do that. All right. I know, a little bit soppy. But anyway, see you in the next one.